What is up, YouTube? Zach here today, bringing you guys a new deck profile, I guess. Not using my normal tripoded camera. Just wanted to test out the iPhone. Got it for Christmas. And the camera is like really good. Like I think it'll focus. Maybe. The focus is pretty good anyway. Just maybe not in that situation. And, the weather is kind of shitty outside. If you see that, it's like, well, it's snowing pretty bad. Anyway, I guess I'm going to do a Inzektor deck profile, which I haven't done since, it must have been like last format that I did an Inzektor deck profile. Anyway, before I get into this profile, let me know what you think of filming on the iPhone. Much more efficient for me, so I can definitely do more videos now. I will try to get more dual videos since I usually film those on my phone. Now I can just do it on the iPhone. Anyway, deck profile. We've got Inzektors, of course. Really big fan of this deck since I started testing it. Extremely fast, and the OTK potential is evident. This deck just gains so much advantage early game, and then you wrap pretty much everything up with an OTK. Like I fought through a Tour Guide Shark opening hand, and he finished with like Shockmaster and stuff. So I think this deck is incredibly viable this format, and I decided to give you my profile of it. So we've got one Hornet, of course, one Gigamantis, and one Dragonfly, and one Hopper. All my one-of Inzektors, Hornet, obvious, limited to one. Also, Dragonfly. Those two are obvious. Gigamantis, people told me try to maybe, and I considered it, but one just works for me. You can search it out, so it's not like it's that difficult to get to. And then one Hopper, just because he's what gets the OTK over 8,000 more easily. He's also 1,700. Goes up to 22 when equipped with Hornet or Ladybug. So those are my 4 one-of Inzektors. Next we've got 3 of the Centipede. It's pretty standard, I guess. And to follow that up, got 3 of the Ladybug. Pretty much your main searching engine. You search with Centipede, and you can make rank 5s with Ladybug. That's kind of cool. So all in all, these guys just work out pretty well. Next we've got Tour Guide engine in the form of double Tour Guide and a Sangan. Sangan is pretty much crucial in this deck. Like I will Tour Guide into Sangan and just leave a dead Tour Guide in my deck. Because you need your Sangan to get your searches off, get to Hornet, get to Dragonfly, stuff like that. Next we've got double Mystic Tomato. Again, like I said, you need to get your searches off, and when Tomato dies, it's essentially a search, except you special summon. I will attack into bigger monsters just to get my Tomato to go off. Next we've got double Tragodia. Pretty standard. You need some hand traps in this deck. Actually, I don't even know if this is the standard, but this will become the standard for Inzektors, in my opinion. I think this is where the deck's going. I've been testing these out for a while, and I absolutely love this card, this format. And the last card I've got, the 18th monster, is a Dark Arm Dragon. Really easy to make this card live. At times it'll be dead, but most of the time it's live, and will win you the game. Moving on to spells, we've got double Duality. Haven't had any problems with this in Tour Guide or any of my special summoning. In fact, usually this is more helpful. Gets me to Hornet, Centipede, stuff like that. So you run 2 of those, limited to 2 of course. Next we've got double Sword. Pretty much for your OTK you only need 2, so I only bother to run 2. We've got the Trifecta, as I call them, because they are not the Trinity. But they are pretty darn good. So we've got Reborn, Dark Hole, and Heavy Storm. Next up we've got, what do we have there? We've got 3 MSTs, or Mystical Space Typhoons as some of you prefer me to call it, and a Forbidden Lance. Lance protection, Mystical Space Typhoon to make sure all your combos go off. And lastly, we've got a Foolish Burial, dump a Hornet, dump a Ladybug, etc. Not sure how I feel about this card. Excuse me. Most of the time I end up setting it as a bluff, because I'll like get to Hornet some other way or something. But all in all, I'm not opposed to it. So, moving on to traps, we've got Triple Call of the Haunted. Necessary in my opinion. This is how you get your multiple Sangan searches going. You bring back your Centipede, stuff like that. Yeah, I like it at 3. I might try 2, because I really think you only need 2 for this deck, but yeah. Not running the Solemn Brigade, just running warnings. Didn't really feel like I needed Judgment, for some reason, I don't know. Just the Call of the Haunted's pretty much compensate for any way you would lose an Inzektor monster. Next, we've got some, protection. 1 prison, 1 Mirror Force. Just trying this out. It's almost like a mental concept. So, when your opponent sees the Mirror Force, like after you used it on them, anything else, like throughout the game, they now fear that second Mirror Force, and then the Dimensional Prison is actually just for extra removal. So this kind of sets them into a different mindset, and then the prison is just additional removal. Next, we've got Double Bottomless Trap Hole. You know, I dig this card. It's alright. There are definitely better cards, but I just decided to run that. 1 Torrential Tribute, push some Sangan, searches through, stuff like that. And finally, 1 Threatening Roar, should probably up this to 2. It's just that I've only been testing against Mermail decks, and once you pop Moon Glacia, it's essentially a Threatening Roar. Anyway, moving on to the extra deck, I just realized there's a card in here that is, well, there should be a different card in here. So let me get that. It's actually a Gachi Gantetsu. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it, Gachi Gantetsu, for those of you who don't know. What would I take out? Well, we'll get there when we get there, I guess. So there will be a Gachi in here, probably a Daigusto Phoenix too, maybe? I don't know. But you can just make it with Ladybugs, stuff like that. Once your deck gets going, you just draw into tons of Ladybugs. So, we've got a Leviathan, Leviair, Acid Golem. I think Inzektors make best use of this card too, just because they can pop it when they're done with it. Only 1 Leviathan though, I just didn't feel like I needed another one. We got a Giga Brilliant, 2 Zenmains, you use 2, so I run 2. Tempo, and this card is out. Gachi's in. So, those are some rank 3s and Gachi. Next we've got rank 4s, Utopia, Abyss Dweller. These are all pretty standard in my opinion. Maestroke and Papillo Operative. You can make rank 4s, it's even easier with Hopper. And then rank 5s, we got Adrius, Tyrus, and this guy. I don't know, I pulled him for Christmas, and he seemed like a viable option, I suppose. So yeah, I decided to run Crimson Shadow Ninja Armor guy. I don't know if it'll focus. Maybe it will. Really depends on its mood, I suppose. Oh well, got him, so I decided to run him. So that's pretty much the extra deck. In fact, that is the entire deck profile, guys, right over there. So, if you enjoyed this deck profile and you want to see more, and trust me, I have like 4 more deck profiles I could show you. I spent like the last 3 weeks making new decks and stuff. Just, let me know, rate, comment, subscribe below, and I will see you guys in the next video.